Guys, I am so sick and tired. I'm so sick and tired of hearing all these complaints. Quick introduction. Hi guys, my name is Amanda Rowe. I am half Filipino, half Nigerian, born and raised in the Philippines. So I've been here all my life. The family that raised me are my Filipino side of my family. I've never met my Nigerian side of the family. So really, Bisaya ko, dagang narigi ko Cebu City, giri ko gadako. Ganako sa pagkaon nga rin. Alright, I'll stop speaking Bisaya because not everybody will understand. But this is why I'm so sick and tired. First of all, I'll give you a very brief introduction in history. I have a lot of foreign friends and my husband is foreign, okay? So I get to hear a lot of people talking about their frustrations and everything. While they are valid and I understand, of course I do, there's just things that I'm just tired of hearing, okay? And I'll give you a couple of examples. Number one, the food sucks. First of all, the food does not suck. Okay, maybe where you eat in the Philippines, maybe where the restaurant you go to, it sucks, but the food does not suck. It also depends, guys, which city you're in. Okay, for example, us here in sorry, my dad's calling me on Messenger. For example, I'm from Cebu City. We have the best lechon. Okay, not a lot of people like pork, but lechon is amazing here. Okay, there's a lot of our seafood is really really good. So it depends where you go and what you eat. So you can't generalize and say, the food sucks. The food does not suck. Anyway, next. People then say, Filipinos are so slow. First of all, we are not slow. Okay, maybe there are some that are slow. But same with any other country. There's people are going to be slow. There's people going to be fast. But let me also make you understand that not everybody can comprehend your English as fast as you speak it. So maybe that's why they're a bit slow to understand. And the way they put together the sentences. English is not our first language. While we can speak English really well, okay? Better than a lot of other countries. Disclaimer. At the same time, your average person that walk in the street, they can understand what you're saying, but they can't necessarily put all comprehension together because usually they get nervous when you talk to them. They don't necessarily, it's like their heart skips a beat. So instead for them to understand immediately what you say, they kind of like, but when you slow it down, take it slow and then kind of speak to them, they'll get it, they'll understand what you're saying. But a lot of foreigners, they are very, I get it, you guys come from the first world country, you don't necessarily have the patience to be able to walk somebody through what you're trying to say. But unfortunately, you're in our country, so you need to take the time to make, if you really want the person to give you maybe instructions or direction, whatever there, then you need to slow it down and ask them slowly so they understand you and your English and your accent. Because people come from different countries and they have different accents. So that just makes me so irritated. But I'm just saying, next, there's no culture. There is no culture. Wait, my voice. It depends. It depends, diba? You can't say that there's no culture. There's culture. We have our own ways of doing things and we have our own culture. Yes. True, we are primarily influenced by the Western's world. We watch a lot of Western movies. Why do you think I speak English like this? Hey, it's because we are highly influenced by by Hollywood. So we watch a lot of American movies, listen to top 40 pop American songs. So really, yes, we are heavily influenced by the Americans. And maybe that's the reason why it's so much easier to start a business here. I'll create another video for that. But because we speak English well and everything. But that doesn't mean that we don't have any culture. We do. You want to experience our culture? Dito, ato sa probinsya. Go into the provinces, you will see culture. Of course, when you're metropolitan cities, you won't experience it as much. But if you think about it, every other city you go to in the world, it would be the same. Notice when you visit different countries and you're in the city, it's almost like every other metropolitan city. So then how can then you judge and say, oh, they don't have any culture? So, I'm just saying. Next. So I hear this often, guys, because of the business that I do, which is in the BPO, business process outsourcing industry and everything. So a lot of foreigners, they get frustrated, like, why do Filipinos speak local language to each other when, they're in the outsourcing industry, when they should speak English to each other because it's a more universal language. So the disclaimer I have to say, I'm trying to practice speaking with my upper teeth showing. Sorry, I'm weird. So the disclaimer I have to say though is, well, we're in the Philippines, gang. What do you expect? Of course, we're gonna speak our local language to each other. It's not necessary to offend you, We're not trying to offend you. It's just that this is what we're comfortable speaking. This is the language we grew up in. So why do you complain? Diba? Like if we were to go to your country and you speak English, for example, in America, we speak English to each other. Then I'm going into America and then I say, ay, it's so annoying they speak English to each other. You're in our country, gang. What do you expect? But then again, I also understand the frustration. Again, guys, I have a lot of foreign friends, and I understand why they're frustrated also, because as Filipinos, sometimes we forget. So we're not necessarily trying to offend you by speaking to each other in our language. We're not even talking behind your back. But it's just that it's so normal to us, right? This is like second nature to us. And to be quite honest with you guys, back in when I was in high school a couple of years ago, no, like 10 years ago, or a little more than 10 years ago, there wasn't that many foreigners here. There was just not that many foreigners here. In fact, when my mom and my dad met, my dad was the only black person in Cebu. Can you imagine? Where's black girl? So that's why. But it just annoys me sometimes when foreigners like, oh, they have to speak beside to each other. And of course, we have to speak it to each other because it's our language. It's how we communicate. That's what we're comfortable in speaking to each other. So, next. There's not much to do. Guys, yes, I understand there's not much to do. Why? Because you're in a tropical country like ours. And yes, we're third world, we're developing. We're actually growing. We never claimed that we have ice skating, slope, mountain, something. I'm sorry guys, I've never really done that. Never done any ice sports. But I'm saying, but like, you cannot come here then compare us to your first world, because we're not first world. We never claim to be first world. So when you go on the internet to book a flight coming to our country, you already know what you're getting yourself into, right? I mean, at least a general idea. So then why complain when you get here, gang? Of course, you can do water sports. There's island hopping, as you can see in my other video. You'll see in my other video. I did island hopping and stuff like that. There's stuff like that fun to do. But of course, set your expectations, okay? And you want to move here, set your expectations. And if you move here and then you get bored because there's not much to do, do you travel, gang? Go to Hong Kong. There's so many neighboring countries that have also a lot to offer. But to complain and complain, there's not much we can do here, gang. Accept what it is. But for me lang, I just get a little frustrated, complain about this and that. No one begged you to come here. You came, ni aray ka, way na mogos ni mo ging, ya magsige pa kagreklamo. Sorry, now I'm speaking Bisaya again. I'm just saying, diba? I'm just putting it out there, like, why keep complaining? Alas, it's a bit touchy. It's a touchy subject. A lot of my pure Filipina friends get annoyed by it, honestly. But it's this thing where, and it's more about like the male foreigner than it is the female foreigner. It has nothing to do with the female. But some foreigners have this stereotypical idea of what Filipino women are like, or they're just this one kind of woman, which is the woman that usually they attract, right? Which is those women that seek opportunity in being with a foreign man. Excuse me, dai, dong, ha. Not all Filipino women are like that. Holler, okay? I know a lot of Filipino women that are independent, that do not need any man, and they don't want to go after you, and they don't care. So, and they're so intelligent too. They're so smart. It just annoys me. So for example, my mother, right? When a lot of older foreigners have lived here long enough, usually they assume that I am a GI's baby, that I am a child of a soldier, and my mother is, you already know. But that's not the case. My mother is actually a magna cum laude graduate from the UP, University of the Philippines, which is in the Philippines, considered the biggest university here. Okay, UP is like the Harvard of the Philippines. So my mom graduated from there, and even has a PhD in business administration, guys. All right, and then my dad also came to Cebu and is a doctor. Actually, came here to study medicine. And that's how he met my mom. And then when he met my mom, this was the 1970s, 80s. He was born in 89. Then I came alive. But for the stereotypical foreigner sometimes complains like, oh, the women are so easy. Excuse me. No. The women are not easy, okay? Not all women here are easy. Maybe the woman you go after is easy, but not all the women here are easy, guys. All right? There's women here with proper head on their shoulders that will not even give you the time of day. But let me tell you something though. We are very polite, okay? A lot of us here are polite. So maybe in some other countries, women are more snobbish. Here, no. We're very nice. We're very polite. If you give me a compliment, I say thank you. And it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm busy.com. Stop it. I just wanted to put it out there, guys. I wanted to go and talk about some of the things that I'm sick and tired of hearing. But I will end on a positive note because that's what I like to do. I like to end on positive notes. I will say, though, that majority of my foreign friends, they love it here. Do they live here? They love it. And yes, while I'm here as a friend to listen to what their qualms and complaints are, I'm here to listen to the complaints and hear them out. Of course, I understand the frustrations. I just wanted to put it out there that, you know, this is the case. And guys, my Filipino people, hey. When people sometimes talk ka, pinaglabanan ko kayo, char. Labanan pa lang. I really look after. I really say, hey, this is why, and I try to explain. I try to walk people through why, you know, why Filipinos are a little more chill, why we're happier and more simple, because of why, you know, how we set up and our culture is. I understand 100% because again, I grew up here. Right? This is all my life I've known this. Then as I became older and adult, I started getting exposed to different cultures, and that's when I started to see like, okay, and that's how I started to understand and bridge the gap. I had started to bridge the gap between people that get frustrated why they're frustrated, but it doesn't mean that at some points I don't get hurt. Girl, I get irritated, and sometimes I just need to speak up, diba? Where it's just anyway, guys, I'm gonna stop ranting now. I just wanted to make this video, okay? And I hope this doesn't come off as offensive. I just wanted to state truths, okay? Truthfully speaking, why I'm so sick and tired of hearing this stuff, okay? This is my opinion. And then, yeah, I will be creating more videos coming up, guys. So even videos about doing business in the Philippines. I do business here with my partner who's American and is my husband. So I'll talk more about that too. That might be some interesting to you guys. All right, might add value to your life and whatever you're trying to do right now. But anyway, guys, that's something so weird. Yeah. So if you like this video, if you dislike this video, tell me how you feel. Why not? Let's talk about it. We're live. Let's keep talking. All right. Click the subscribe button below, and yeah, I'll have more content coming out, cranking it out for you guys, because why not? Anyway, guys, to all my Filipino people, mga kabayan, I love you all very much. To my foreign friends and foreigners, come to the Philippines, guys. Love it. Trust me, you'll love it. And I love my friends, of course, and I love my husband, of course, but I just wanted to state it there. Anyway, sige na. Bye, guys. See you in the next video.